fan blowing, so I can't keep my eyes open. Hello. How are you? Trying to turn my fan so it's not pointing in my face. So I realized when I needed to do some more grinding that there's adventure mode, which lets you keep your character and go back to previous areas and do the other version, like, because each area has 2 possible quest lines. So this would be a great way to grind and also do something new and interesting. What is it? Only 100 today? 101. You know, whatever. Yeah, this is totally different.
Real pretty. Yeah, I don't trust this place.
Okay, we need a face to put there to open this, I'm assuming. And a face to put there. That door is closed. Let's check out this side. Yeah, just a little short of the surface of the sun. Honestly, not that terrible. I'm getting more used to it, unfortunately. Do you guys have more lightning and thunderstorms there? Or is it hot now because it's summer? Or maybe some snow just for the fuck of it. Forged iron? That's closer to galvanized iron than regular iron. Look at, okay. Open? Okay. Doesn't take a key, so that's either just totally locked or other way around locked. Whoa, this library is cool.
Okay, this is it.
Ow, ow, okay. Alright. Screw books, who needs to read? Just jealous because I don't know how to read. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ow. Me, me. 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 I am no match, except you died. Now there's one.
Well, this looks important.
Oh yes, galvanized iron, thank you. Oh. Feast of the Forest King. One day the Forest King announced an enormous feast and invited every animal of the forest. And one of you will receive my boon, the invitation said, but whoever displeases me will receive a bow, which meant a noose. For every animal knew the king's capriciousness and cruelty. So all the animals came. The Jubhawk put its on its finest clothes, preening its feathers and polishing his horns. The Han fluffed its gills and licked its eyes cleaner than it had ever been. The Nara shed a new skin and combed its tails. Every animal presented their very best, all except the Droper, whose coat was dripped with cave slime and smelled of wild fungus. What are you doing? The Jubhog snapped. Why haven't you groomed for the king? The Droper yawned. Your posture looks so unpleasant. Everyone's stiff and miserable. You're posturing. You should have bathed, said the Jubhawk. If the king noticed you, then you'll surely hang. The Droper shrugged. At least I'm comfortable. The feast was served, though the king had not arrived yet. The animals praised the spread, though they ate little for fear of appearing gluttonous. The Droper, however, appreciated none of it, tearing into his food like one half-starved. You fool, the feast is for show, hissed the Jubhawk. The king is surely watching. Then I may die, the Droper said. Crumbs for a large piece of apple cake spilled from his mouth, but I will not die empty. Afterwards, with a loud fanfare, the king arrived and took his place at the head table. The animals rose and bowed, all except the Droper, who was so full he could not stand. While the others stood in front, blocking his view, he scratched his belly and let loose a roaring belch. All in attendance gasped in horror, but the crowd was so great that the king could not see who was at fault. Who was that? Bellowed the king. Tell me and you may yet live. But the animals were afraid of drawing attention to themselves, so no one moved. But the Jubhawk feared staying quiet even more, and even though he betrayed his friend, he raised one claw wing and pointed now at the sleeping Droper. It was him, your majesty. The Droper dishonored your otherwise divine feast. The Droper snored like a wood beetle, his fur caked with drink and apple crumbs. The king barked his name. Wake and speak for yourself. The Droper startled awake. He looked around and saw all eyes on him, most notably the forest kings. He swallowed. It was a good feast, he said. I enjoyed it very much, though I may never eat again. Silence boomed through the feasting hall. Everyone watched the king, both excited and terrified at what he might do. Without warning, the king's head flew back and he roared in laughter. The other animals remained silent, paralyzed in fear. The foolish Droper grinned sleepily. When the king stopped laughing, he said, You will eat again, Droper, this and much more. Much more. For more than any other, you've enjoyed the feast I laid out before you, and so you shall receive my boon. And the king ordered that the food be brought to the Droper's cave every day, enough to keep him fed and fat for the rest of his days. Then he pointed at the Jubhawk. But you betrayed your friend for a boon. You are more treacherous and selfish than any of my subjects, and so your neck shall receive a bow. And he ordered him arrested. That evening the Jubhawk was hanged, though by time of the execution the king had forgotten his crime, so none was posted. The Jubhawk died for nothing, but the Droper was, and still is, happy to this day. Moral is posture for no one, boons and bows be damned. Hello, welcome. How are you doing today?
All right, come and get some.
Who are you talking to? Not terrible? That's good. Not terrible is good. What? That's... You should not do this. I don't know what to say. I'm completely overwhelmed. That's way too much money. You guys are very, very nice, and that's very, very... It's too much. I'm trying to think of words to say other than just, I guess, thank you. And are you sure? Take Harry for a donut. I'll take her for more than a donut. We'll go have fun and get her a toy or something, and I'll make sure to get you some pictures, at least on Facebook or something. That's very, very nice of you. The Nara and the Jubhawk. It was for days when every animal prepared for the long winter. The Han gathered rocks and mud from for its dam. The Bolshevik collected hay to spread around its den, and the Nara curled up to the tallest tree, seeking nuts to store in its hole. One day, the Nara climbed a particularly tall tree, a task it disliked very much, for the club was difficult and the branches often treacherous. They came upon the Jubhawk lounging in its nest. "Where is your store of food, Master Jubhawk?" said the Nara. "Do you not prepare for winter?" "I have never had need," the Jubhawk said with a great shrug of its wings, "but the idea intrigues me, for I see all the creatures on the forest floor running to and fro for days on end." "So we must," said the Nara with a flick of its tails, "either else the winter will claim us." "How charming!" "Oh, not for those poor souls claimed, of course, but all your hard work delights me very much. Perhaps you might be interested in an arrangement. I can see how much you dislike climbing my jub trees. Your body is more suited for swimming, yes? Perhaps instead of nuts, you could bring me a particular worm, one that makes its autumn home deep within the Droper caves. And if you were to bring me, say, 100 of them, I would happily gather the nuts for you from every tree in this grove." "I can do this," Sonara straightened in delight, for it hated climbing the jub trees very much. Swimming in the pools of the Droper caves was much more to its liking. "I will make this deal." Eagerly, the Nara slithered into the cave, slipped into the cold pool, swam through an underwater passage, and entered a dark chamber, where the only light was a glow of cave worms and the Jubhawk desired so much. There were hundreds upon the walls, and the rock was easily scalable for the Nara. Much easier than the cursed jub trees. "This will be simple," she thought. "It would require a full week to gather all the nuts from the Jubhawk's grove. It'll take me but a day. With the Jubhawk's help, I can prepare for winter's rest early." But the task proved more difficult than the Nara had thought, for the worms clung tightly to the walls and they wriggled and slipped from her grasp during the swim to the outside. By evening, she only gathered half a dozen. "Oh, it'll take me weeks to get them all. I must speak with Jubhawk." But the Jubhawk was not understanding as she hoped. "A day's work, and this is all you have achieved? You do not say the worms adhere to the rock, nor that they would squirm away at the first touch of water. It's a great deal of time to bring even one sack." Like, guy in the background is fighting. And it's so distracting. "I've never noticed these problems. Perhaps you simply need to try harder." The Nara hissed. "I'm sorry, Mr. Jubhawk. Even with the nuts you gather for me, I cannot complete this task and be ready for the winter." "But we had an agreement." The Jubhawk scratched its under feathers with one long claw. "How about this? I will gather even more nuts, all that you need for the whole winter, but in exchange, you will collect every worm in the cave. Can you do that?" Oh, is this notification? Oh, weird. The Nara flicked its tail as it calculated. The rest would be difficult, but all the nuts she needed for winter, troublesome though the worms were, they were far less trouble than climbing the jub trees, and she would still save time besides. "Yes," she said, "I will do this." And so she returned to the work one at a time. She pried each worm from its wall and towed through the water until she was too tired to do more, and brought what she had for the Jubhawk that day. After a week of this, she began to dislike the work, but reminded herself she got to spend an entire day swimming in the cool of the cave rather than the heat of the forest, and her work would be done with days to spare. All without climbing a single tree, she thought, and perhaps the Jubhawk will enjoy the worms so much he'll make the same offer next season. Then I could begin the winter's rest even earlier. And with that pleasant thought ahead of her, she smiled and continued her work. The days grew colder, and so did the cave pools. The work became slow and difficult. Each sunset, the Nara brought a sack before the Jubhawk and redid her calculations. No longer would her winter rest start early, but with the Jubhawk's help, she would survive the winter, and perhaps next season she could start earlier. She noticed another thing, however. "Where are my nuts, Mr. Jubhawk?" For surely you would have gathered some by now. The Jubhawk waved a casual wing in the air. "I can gather more in a day than you can do in a fortnight. It will be done." "But," she said, her slender body quivering with anxiety, "the nuts will not remain forever. They must be gathered before they fall." "Dear Nara, which of us lives in these jub trees?" The Jubhawk's feathers puffed out as it took offense. "Perhaps you should spend more energy on worms than misgivings, for this deal pleases me, and it would be nice to do it again next year." The Nara smiled and slipped away. The Jubhawk was right, of course. He knew these trees better than she, and next year she would be even faster. In any case, it was too late for the deal to change now. There was no time left for her to collect the nuts she needed by herself. With the Jubhawk's words in her heart, she returned to the horizon with even greater fervor, and by the time the first clouds loomed on the horizon, she returned with the final sack and placed it at the foot of the jub tree. Jubhawk, she called. I have the last of them, every worm as promised. The Jubhawk flapped down, clutched to the sack with its hounds, and flew it back to its nest without a word. The Nara waited, but he did not reappear. Mr. Jubhawk, said the Nara, a shiver of worry niggling at her tails. The great bird poked his head from the nest and looked down. Of course, I apologize. Thank you so much, dear Nara. This arrangement has been quite a pleasure. I look forward to continuing in the future. Then he dropped a small bag from above. The bag landed nearly on the Nara's head and spilled forth a mere handful of jub nuts. Hardly enough for a week, let alone the winter. The Nara hissed in agitation. Where the rest, Mr. Jubhawk? You promised all I need. The Jubhawk walked on a great branch with a sad look upon his face. I'm sorry, dear Nara, but I flew here and there all day, every jubtree and every grove, and that's all I could find. All day? What of the other days? The Jubhawk did not appear to hear her. Here, take a few of my worms, for I surely will not need them all. Then he dropped the sack the Nara brought him that day. The Nara scowled. I cannot eat worms. But the Jubhawk had returned to his nest already and disappeared. The Nara called until the clouds rolled in and the sun set, and the Jubhawk showed not a feather. She returned to her burrow with the scant nuts that the Jubhawk had given her. Even eating sparingly, those nuts were gone within the month. It was too cold to gather more, but the Nara had little choice. She slithered far and wide in the snow, searching for any food she could eat. But the food had all frozen or gathered, had been frozen or gathered, and all the animals holed up for the winter. The snows fell and the cold worsened, and the trusting Nara froze to death before she could even return home. Moral: trust is for fools. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, today was first day of school. Ari did great. She did well with drop off, which was our biggest concern, that she was not gonna want to let us leave. Yeah, she did really well with drop off. Had a good day at school. She wants to go back. I picked her up when school got out, and then took her over to daycare for the rest of the day until I'll pick her up in a couple hours. But yeah, so far she's liking school, which I was worried about. Yeah, I think a lot of it is her teacher. She seems great. She seems really nice and really understanding of, I mean, you have to be when you're a teacher with little kids like that, but she seems to understand how Ari is. That she's more shy and needs more time, and, you know, let her come to you and things like that. So I think a lot of it's her teacher. And I figured that was going to be the situation, that if she had a more aggressive teacher, I mean, aggressive is not the right word, but you know what I mean. It was going to make it a way harder time. But I think her teacher seems to get her vibe pretty well and know how to work with her. Yeah, that's something I've been stressed out about for a couple months now, that at least so far is going well. I'm gonna have her tonight and then take her in tomorrow. So it'll be just me dropping her off tomorrow, so we'll see how that is. One day 13 years ago. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, we'll see how it continues past day one. Sweet, more galvanized iron. Awesome. So yeah, I forgot, in this game there is story mode and there's adventure mode. Adventure mode lets you play with your same character, but do the alternate versions of the quest lines. So each world has 2 quest lines that are randomized. So this is letting me do the other while not starting the whole game over. So it's my same character. So this is a great way to do something new and also at the same time be able to grind. So I can work towards getting more galvanized iron, get more levels and stuff like that, and that way the boss fight, the final boss, should be easier. It's the deposition of Venice the Butcherer. Oh, good lord, this is long. Okay. Deposition of Venice the Butcher, as taken by Advocate Savan. This version has not been submitted to court due to the fact that it is inadmissible. It's recorded here for posterity only. Please state your name and your occupation for the record. I am Venice the Butcher of Meats. Mr. Venice, you've been accused of murdering Thalos the Binder. Is that true? That I've been accused or that I murdered him? The former. Then yes. The latter? Also yes. In that case, wait. Did you just admit your guilt? I did not. You admitted you murdered Thalos, did you not? I did murder him, but I'm not guilty. I'm afraid I don't understand. That's not a question. Alright, let's start at the beginning. In your own words, tell me what happened between you and Thalos on the night you were found with his body. Well, like I told him before, I was waiting for my friend at the library when Thalos gets up in my face about some nonsense. We had words, I pulled my cleaver, and he backed off. But he didn't back off, if you know what I mean. For the sake of the deposition, assume that I don't know what you mean. What I mean is, he took a fright and backed away, hands up and all, but he wouldn't stop trying to control me. And how did he do that, Mr. Venice? What did he want you to do? To silence me? You mean he wanted you to be quiet? Exactly. In the library? You trying to be mean? You're trying to mean something by that? So you brandished your weapon, he backed away, and then you killed him. Is that accurate? Because he wouldn't stop telling me what to do. Yeah. Yet you believe you're not guilty and that you're justified in this murder? Why is that? The Fae are free, aren't they, Advocate? What's freedom for if I can't take up arms when someone's in my face? And what of Thalos' freedom? What about it? Well, you're alive and he's dead. You took his freedom away. Oh, isn't that a sadist way of looking at it? A statist way of looking at it? Listen, he could have drawn a weapon, same as me. He could have defended himself. Anyone in that room could have defended him, but no one did. Their freedom, their choice. So for the record, you believe it is your right to draw a weapon and take someone's life knowing that murder is against the law and that you believe you're not guilty of breaking that law. Is that correct? Let me ask you something, Mr. Advocate. This is a deposition, Mr. Venice. I must ask the questions. Off the record, then. Fine. This portion of the deposition will not be submitted to court. Who made the law you say I broke? The one true king in the council. And what gives them the right? The law gives them that right. So the law gives lawmakers the right to make laws. You see how that turns on its own head? Without law, we cannot have a functioning society. We have only chaos and anarchy. And what good is a functioning society if people in it aren't free? We are free, Mr. Venice. That's the whole point. Those who follow the law, you see. And what if I don't agree with it? Where's my freedom then? No, if Fae can't take up their arms when they want, then only the king and council are free. The Fae can do as they will, Mr. Venice, but without consequences. But without consequences? Damn the king's consequences. The bastard's nothing more than a tyrant. We're off the record, Mr. Venice, so I'll ask you plainly. We both know you belong to a terrorist... Ha! A group devoted to overthrowing the one true king. It is clear... It is clear that you don't agree with his policies or his rule, but for my sake, do you truly believe that there should be no consequences for murder? You believe Fae should be allowed to kill Fae without any consequence? Oh, there's a consequence. The weak die and the strong survive. Listen, the only true freedom is absolute. Anything less makes us slaves. Then, if you choose to serve the one true king, you make yourself a slave. Well, I have to admit, Mr. Venice, you're persuasive. I believe that all Fae are meant to be basically the same and that all valued life equally, even if we sometimes disagree on what value meant, but I am convinced. Good. Won't be long before everyone sees that the king believes we are monsters. I had thought him entirely misguided, but you have convinced me otherwise, and if we do not allow ourselves to be ruled by law, then we must submit to be ruled by monsters like yourself. I'm afraid I can no longer defend you, Mr. Venice. You are on your own. End deposition. Addendum. While waiting his trial, Mr. Venice's body was found in his cell, hanging from the ceiling with a note that said, "Freedom or death." This deposition was, therefore, never submitted to the court. Off the record. Surely you don't believe that there should be consequences. You're just doing your job because you're afraid of what the one true king will do to you. I believe life is sacred, and that everyone sees that. Sure, life's sacred, especially mine. I have to admit, you're changing my opinion. I had thought all Fae worthy of defending, but you're going to hang. These are really well written, these notes and stories. They're all really interesting. Oh. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Hello? Oh, hello. Okay. Mostly confused because he's dancing on a pile of skeletons and juggling skulls. Excuse me? Oh, a magic quill. Thank you. Enjoy your skeletons, I guess. Now does the magic quill open this? Yep. Oh, it fills in what's missing on the door. Interesting. Oh, I keep hitting every wrong button. That's a side path. Okay. I will go down this side path.
Well, I don't like the looks of this.
Yeah, it's all gassy. Yeah, we're missing something that goes there. So something I read was that the higher level your weapons are, the higher chances you'll get higher, I've said higher so many times, quality materials. So like the galvanized iron we're looking for. So I switched, I upgraded this Tech 22 to plus 10 and switched to it to see, hopefully, because like my Nightfall's only plus 6, although it's a boss weapon. I know that's different. So I've switched over to this to see if that will increase our odds of getting more galvanized iron. Yeah, that's the reason I'm not using my block gun, cube gun. Tome of knowledge. That totally sound like that guy went, hey.
Great, more bad news.
Those are interesting statues. Very interesting statues.
Wonder what that is.
Huh. Oh, I think I read something about this. Yeah, there's something behind this. Whoa. Who is that? Oh, that's from the hospital. Those are the nurses. Excuse me? Sorry. Oh.
This is it.
Teleporter. Why? Oh, okay, I can't tumble in the water. What? Dog? Why did dog not save me? What hell, dog? Dude. You just let me die? Bad dog. I hate to be that guy, but I believe a dog that just lets you die is a bad dog. If you were dying, what would your dogs do? That's kind of a morbid question. Ow. No, that's sweet. That Lexi would just stay there, and then Dakota would just lay on you. Yeah, Tim would just yell at me. Shock. I know. God, my summons get in my way so often. Another. Oh, that's so weird. He'd yell until I came back to life. He definitely would try. He's like, you dead son of a bitch. Get up. Can I try and cheat this? I gotta try and get to that door as quick as I can. Ow. No. Dude, you are tough. And you don't have any weak spots, I don't think. Your head is covered in armor. Ow. Slow swing. Oh, ow. Ow. Also, fighting you in this tiny room is not helpful. Ooh, okay, got him.
I'm glad that's over.
Solid healing effectiveness. Oh, I already have one. I can put another one on there, though. Let's do the mod damage. What color is it? Blue. Huh? Did it just disappear? Because these are all... Okay, I guess it might have upgraded? I don't know. Because I don't have one. I have one equipped, I don't have another one though. Don't really understand how that works, but okay. Excuse me, so sorry. Excuse me. Sorry for crumbling you into dust. Excuse me. Eh? Hello? Oh, I realized I have no mod on this gun. What the hell is that? Ooh! Ooh! Ugly. Mod. Sure, we'll do corrosion. Ah, it's so cool looking. I love how the mods change the look on the guns. I love that in any game where you upgrade something, modify something, whatever it is, when it changes the physical look of the gun. Like BioShock 1. I love that. Bigger clip on the gun, it's literally a physically bigger clip on the gun. Like little things, it doesn't have to be crazy. Like in BioShock they added weird pipes and wires and junk just to the gun just because they wanted to, like, and it's like, it's better. And it's like, sure. I'm not gonna argue and say, no, that's dumb. It doesn't look better. I want in there. Oh, this way. Climb up. I was like, please? It's barely above your head. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Ornate flail. Hey, I think that this weapon was in the first game. Or version of it. Yeah, it's slightly different. That's cool. Yeah, there was a flail that had like a big like skull. Oh, that's cool. The shadow. That's super cool. I really dig that. That's a really cool shot. Yeah, he does swing it around like it's nothing, but it's a big ass flail. But yeah, in the first game there was one that had like a big skull on the end, like made of stone or something. Yep, I don't know why. I got another Twitter follower just by tweeting that I'm like going live. Probably another bot, but whatever. Yeah. I guess follower numbers are good. I guess. I mean, if I had followers on Twitch, that would be better, but Sapphire Dreamstone. Critical hits reduce skill cooldowns by 3%. Can only happen once every 2 seconds. How dare you X it up? I'm not Xing. I'm tweeting. Because I refuse to acknowledge and call it X. This is the dumbest idea. I refuse. I don't post. I don't quote. I tweet and I retweet. Yeah, X just sounds like edgy teenager.
This isn't looking good.
I don't think these guys have weak spots either because they're all covered in armor. Eek. Yeah, I thought meta was bad when Facebook was like, we're changing to meta. I was like, that sounds dumb. And then Twitter's changed to X and it's like, meta sounds great. Like, between the two of those, meta's fantastic. It's a great name. Ooh. Ow. Oh, owie. Punched me with his ball hand.
Oh, it's over.
Did I go this way? No, I didn't. Eep, 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 eep. Flail, flail. That was it? It was a purple and you gave me 250 scrap? How dare you insult me like this? A purple is supposed to be like a tome of knowledge or a ring or something. And you give me scrap? Do you know who I am? I couldn't even say it with a straight face. It's so stupid. Someone's screaming. Sounds like they're dying. Is this a elevator? Oh, well. I guess I'm going this way. Oh, hello? Excuse me? Someone's being murdered. But hold on. Let's read a story. Oh, no, it's a recipe. I don't really want to read a recipe. Ooh. Galvanized iron, baby. Galvanized iron, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Oh, what? That was it? Someone's screaming on the other side of that door. I can't get in there. Assuming this door also doesn't open. What is the recipe? Bullshit, skink root, slitta peppers, and ash bean. I'm assuming we are not going to be cooking something. Ravenous medallion. It's a quest item. Where can I... Oh, there was that door. A door that had the circle impression on it. It sounds, especially with finding the ravenous medallion, it sounds like someone's being eaten. I think that's the screaming we're hearing. Because I'm also hearing like a kind of a crunchy sound. And I think that's someone being eaten. Oh. Okay, so the door was somewhat towards the beginning from what I remember. Yeah, right here. Yeah, this is all the stinky poop around. Yeah. Hello? You just shout eat at me?
You there! The feast is ready. Come, eat!
Am I invited?
All are invited. All must come. We have taken great pains for this meal.
It looks all
Toil
rotten.
Day and night. You will partake before you depart.
What's this feast for?
We feast to the coronation of the new king. None shall refuse this banquet. None. We have even prepared a new delicacy for the occasion. The flesh of an exotic and recently discovered creature.
Man. Tell me about the new king.
King Phelan, may he live forever. Why, King Phelan forever guides us with his benevolent hand. Long may he reign.
Excuse me. Is the king's name Phelan or Farron?
It is, yes, you said it exactly.
What happened to the old king?
The old king. The one true king. I don't... He is gone now, but it matters not. We feast today. Praise to the new king.
What is the exotic creature you've prepared?
A succulent beast. It's a wonder we knew nothing of them before. I know not what they are called, but they are plentiful here. No doubt you've seen them. This game.
Why are things crashing on my phone?
Existence. They practically thank us for ingesting their flesh.
How long has this feast been
We have
prepared?
Day and night, friend. Day and night.
You must be tired then.
This master lives only to serve, and serve I shall. Eat, friend, for the feast is ready.
I'll take a look at what you set out here.
Now.
I feel like eating might not be the best idea, but I guess fuck it. Okay, so we have some moldy looking steaks. We have some gross looking apples. I think that's what that is. Meatloaf.
The flesh grows cold. It must be eaten.
And roast. Let's go with the roast. Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ravenous. What does ravenous mean?
Here we go.
That's my friend. Oh. Eat more? Ow. Oh, there's a person over there screaming. There's people coming in. Yeah. So the meat is absolutely people. Oops. No, don't kill him. Oh, get up. Get up. Stop killing those people. I'm trying to help you people, but I'm also being murdered. Oh, please. Got it. Stop getting murdered.
We must prepare.
What?
Thou, I remember thee, guest. My memory is foggy. Had we a feast? Ha! Perhaps the revelry stole my memory. Witness this table. But of course we had a feast. Best in many years to look at it. And thee, our honored guest. Here, every guest doth deserve a parting favor. Didst thou have more for me?
Neck bone necklace. Neat. What happened to the old king?
The old king. The one true king. He is gone now, but it matters not. We feast today. Praise to the new king. Yes,
Okay,
yes.
I'll be going.
And I must wait for the king.
Okay, so we ate some people meat and went crazy. And went on a bit of a bender. Ah, they weren't eating them, they were preparing them. Oh, that was a long, drawn-out attack. Expected it to be much faster. Yeah, his attacks are so slow. Yeah, it's such a wind-up on him. Jumhawks, Han. Running low on several items, especially butter, meat, and ash bean. Make sure supplier comes through this turn. Or on their turn. So I'm not gonna let you guys out, apparently. Just gonna open the door and let you stay up there. Hopefully, you enjoy it. Bye! I'm a hero. Bye, dog. Ooh, bone chopper. Just less damage than a flail. That's disappointing. That whole feast thing was interesting. It was an interesting little story. Yeah, that's true. It's very, very nice that he didn't want to eat us. Yeah, dog's fine. He'll catch up. He always does. Dog, you really don't know what to do with yourself on the elevator, huh? Let's use this real quick to get our healing back. And ammo. How much galvanized iron do we have? Hell yeah, 22. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Oh, I wandered around a bit more, playing off stream a little bit. Found some quarter pellets. And then what else did I do? I got the bottled shade berry, which is another concoction, mod power generation. I think I got that earlier. I may have got that now. I don't remember. I didn't do very much. Basically just ran around trying to grind and get galvanized iron.
Here they come, here they come.
Oh, dog, I just shot you. Sorry, dog. Do you have anything else to say or show to me since I went through the... Okay, bye. Yeah, I shoot my companions constantly. In my defense, they get in the way a lot. They just like to float right in front of me all the time. So it is a bit of their fault, but I also do keep forgetting that the flyers are on my side and keep shooting them, so I don't feel one person is at fault. Hello? There you are. It's like I hear enemies, but I can't see them. Oh, one bullet in the gun. Oh, here we go. Oh, door I need to fix. Bippity boppity boo. Except that is the way to go. So let's explore around a little bit. Sorry, I keep turning the camera because I'm turning the mini-map that you can't see. Because I need to get down there. Because I haven't been down there. Also, that's interesting.
Here we go.
Yeah, I mean, technically I did see something you couldn't see. Yeah, this game kind of has stuff in every corner, so no matter what, I'm going to be covering something. And I've already played this long covering the minimap, so... Whoa! That was way further than I thought it was going to be. Oh, that's right, this is a door I can't open. Got it. So that means the only way to go is straight ahead. What are you guys shooting at? Another one?
Nothing left.
Click, 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 click. Pew pew pew, pew pew, pew 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 pew, pew 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 pew, pew pew pew. The Iron Burrow.
They've come for us.
I don't
Kill
like the
them
look of
first.
this place.
Excuse me.
Outsiders!
There. Where? Oh, there you are. So I recently watched a movie on Netflix called They Cloned Tyrone, which has can't remember the actor's name. The guy who played Finn in the new Star Wars is Jay something? I don't remember. And Jamie Foxx, and I can't remember the lady's name. But it's pretty good. It was really interesting. I mean, it's a pretty straightforward. I mean, the plot is explained in the title of the film. They find out that one of the characters is a clone, and find out that all this weird stuff is going on in their town, and go to investigate and figure out, you know, what's going on and stop whoever's behind it. Yeah, I'd recommend it. It's pretty good. My mom is a clone. That would explain all my failing organs. Since I'm a child of a clone, usually clones like genetically are a little messed up, and then if you clone a clone, or I don't know, a clone has a child. Hello. That's where all those weird little children are.
All right, let's do this.
So we're in slightly the same area. It's just a little different. Oh, hello. Hello, big boy. Oh, I'm all out of ammo. Never mind. Infinite ammo, big boy.
Look alive! Intruders! Outsiders! Get them!
Yeah, it's safe to say this game is absolutely worth the money. Like, even if I go with spools $1 1 hour, I'm getting pretty close. I'm at like 30 something hours. And it's 50 bucks, 40 bucks, 50 bucks? I think it's 50. Which also, good on them for not charging 70 bucks. I know it's not like technically a AAA title, but it's quality. Yeah, I still have quite a lot to do. If I'm gonna do all the other quest lines, yeah, I still have quite a lot to go. Yeah, technically like not a AAA, but AAA quality. I mean, this is by far a AAA quality game. No doubt. No doubt whatsoever. I have played AAA games that are worse quality than this game. Yeah, this studio makes solid games. That's weird to just start humming while people are dying. Yeah, their first... I don't know if it's technically their first game, but the first of technically this series is a game called Chronos. Because it's in the same universe. It has the World Stones and it has Ford. But that one's okay. It's a little rough. All resistances by 10. Oh, right. Damage stats affect applied to wearer by 50%. Gains. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, Chronos was alright. I never finished it. It's very, like, slow and, like, kind of clunky. Oh, now it's my face. Yeah, it's slow and clunky, and it's melee focused instead of guns like this. So Chronos I never finished, but it was okay from what I played. And then Remnant 1 was great. Remnant 2 is also great. It's a Remnant 1, but more polished and more. So, Awesome. Creepy little children. Why are you just sitting around humming? What up? Oh, I can talk to you? Oh, bow. Oh, yes. If I follow you, do you do what the other children did, which is just run into another weird corner and just hum?
Trespasser! Kill him!
Come on.
Take him out!
I don't know where the kid went.
Hunters!
Let's go back real quick because there's another path I ran past since I was trying to follow the weird kid. I went this way and then went this way. Yeah, I should give Kronos another shot. Maybe I could stream that one, I don't know. Oh, here we go. Side quest. Yeah, after we finish Remnant, I plan on doing Stray and then getting back to Dark Souls 3 as well. Stray for a bit of a change, do something more story-based, cinematic-y, whatever. And then, yeah, we need to do Dark Souls 3. Whoa, this place is cool.
Away, beast.
What?
We have pressing business
Oh.
here.
Onro, I believe this beast has come to
Hi, Council.
petition the council.
That creature? Fey law does not apply to such as they.
You realize we make the laws here, Onariel. Step up to the podium, Petitioner. I, at least, am curious what you have to say.
Hi.
Hail, stranger. I am Savan, speaker of the one true
Oh, you were that
King's
person that
Council.
interviewed the
State
murderer.
your nature and business for the record, please.
Your nature, yes. What are you exactly? You're not one of the... well, what do they call themselves? The Dran, are you?
Yeah, I'll just say I'm a human from Earth.
Neither Fey nor Dran. How very curious. Tell us more about this Earth.
Oh, Niall, you waste our time. The Fey have more imperative matters that require our attention.
Onaril speaks true. Please, petitioner, briefly state your business before the council.
I'm just exploring.
Oh, you see, it wastes our time.
A pity. I had hoped for more stimulating distraction.
If that is all you have to say, petitioner, then please step aside. We have quite enough troubles to occupy our time.
What are these troubles you're having?
You have wasted quite enough of our time, foreigner. The Fey have far more important concerns than you before us.
Oniril speaks true, but a thought occurs to me. Perhaps this stranger could be of use to us.
I can help.
Our kingdom has been thrust into chaos, stranger. The one true king has been usurped by an impostor, aided by someone on this council, no less. But we know not whom. If you will accede, Fey law allows for an independent party to aid our investigation. Perhaps your eyes can bring clarity where our trust has failed. Do you accept?
Of course, I'll help you.
Hold. I do not accept. This is a foreigner. Hardly more than a mute beast. The law does not
I'm
allow
not
such
mute.
to conduct investigations or judgments on our behalf.
Have you ever considered, Onaril, that our job is to make the law?
Both arguments are heard and deemed irrelevant. We do not ask them to make judgment, only to aid in an investigation that we have voluntarily foregone. The law supports this.
What happened that needs my
A
investigation?
great tragedy, stranger. For eons, the Fae and this council have faithfully served the one true king. But alas, his rule has been curtailed.
The imposter, Phelan or Feyrin or whatever they call themselves now, placed the king in an eternal slumber from which he cannot be woken.
The king was attacked in his own chambers, behind this very door. The imposter could not have entered without aid from a member of this council.
But, of course, we all have our alibis, as you can imagine. None of us were here. This has been proven many times.
If you can find any evidence tying one of us to this tragedy or to the imposter, then Fey justice might be done.
It won't be enough, Savan. The imposter still sits upon the throne.
Yet, it will be a step, and a necessary one toward restoring order among the Fae.
You said I'm permitted to accuse under certain conditions?
It means you're not Fey, and your life is easily forfeit.
Please, Onaril. Stranger, we will discuss the conditions of your accusation if and when you choose to make one.
Why do you need an independent party?
We do not. This farce does nothing.
Peace, Onaril. The law is clear on this point, as you well know.
I will answer your question, stranger. With a traitor among us, trust has shattered. If any of us were to produce evidence at this stage, it would be suspect by all.
And rightly so. Either of you would love any excuse to remove me from the council.
And you do not wish to hold half the council's power yourself, Onaril? You cannot pretend it isn't true.
Regardless, stranger, you are not from this world, either of these worlds. So, any evidence you bring would be free from the suspicions which we have cast upon ourselves.
Why would one of you have aided the imposter?
We now know that the imposter approached each one of us at some point, whispering promises of freedom and power, trying to poison our minds against the one true king.
He only said what we wanted to hear. Pity one of us listened.
Can you blame them, though? The imposter called out important truths.
Is that an admission of guilt, Nael?
If you would allow me to finish. I was saying he called out important truths that we must take to heart, despite the poison that obviously accompanied them. We would do well to address the flaws raised by the imposter. And I find it difficult to cast blame on any who thought there might be a smoother path towards doing so.
And yet that path has led to ruin. We have merely exchanged one tyrant for another.
Indeed, but our feelings on the outcome are irrelevant. This council must be absolved of guilt if we are ever to restore order to the Fae.
How do you know you can trust me?
Precisely my point. This foreigner may have any number of reasons for accusing any one of us.
Which is why, if and when evidence is produced, we alone will pronounce the final judgment.
And if that evidence has been falsified, tainted, how do I know one of you has not paid this interloper to act on your behalf?
Onaril, only you assume that everyone is as unscrupulous as yourself. Not everyone seeks power at any cost.
Very well. I will judge it when I see it. I trust no one, but I trust the two of you less than this foreigner.
Was the king put to sleep?
Alas, we do not know.
There is no blood, no wound that we can see.
Not that we were able to investigate the scene fully.
At your request, Onaril. I cannot trust either of you backstabbers nor anyone you might call to serve us. Were those not your words?
We got a murder investigation.
They were indeed, and the sentiment holds.
Regardless, it is unknown even what could harm the king. For it is said that no mortal weapon can kill him.
And many have tried.
What can you tell me about the one true
The
king?
king has ruled over the Fae as long as anyone can recall. He has always been a guiding force, both in our world and our lives.
Some believed he was too much of a guiding force.
More than some. Yet, look at us now. The king sleeps, and our world is spun into chaos.
Indeed, it would seem his life is more entwined with our world than anyone knew.
Imagine what would have happened if he had been killed.
Why can't you wake the king?
Of course! How could we have been so blind? The genius of this foreigner who is so much more clever than all of the Fae together.
Please, Onoriel. Their question is academic curiosity. The simple answer, stranger, is magic of a kind more powerful than any here have yet seen. We suspect the imposter's conspiracy went even deeper than this council alone.
All the more reason to identify the conspirator among us.
What can you tell me about the
They are
imposter?
a monster. They care nothing for the welfare of the Fae.
Nor those of us who serve the Fae.
Nor for the law. On this we all agree. The imposter's plan should never have been carried out.
If all three of you agree he was wrong, then does the conspirator need to be found?
All must be held to account for what they have done. Regret may play a part in personal affairs, but this is treason, and the Fae require justice.
I should get going.
Fare thee well, stranger. And do tell us if you find anything interesting.
Will do. Can I investigate the king? Since you guys said you wouldn't, can I? How do you get to your thrones? Do you just live there? Nope. Yeah, so Savan, that was the person we read in that deposition that was saying, oh, you're convincing me that the one true king is bad. So
Here they come.
it seems pretty obvious that it's her. But I guess I need something else, because I couldn't use, there was no dialogue option to like choose that. Last night about murdered my weather app on my phone all last night every 10 minutes. That severe thunderstorm morning. And flood warnings. We stop until 10 a.m. Hours prior. Ugh, that's obnoxious. I'm sorry. I would have just shut off my phone after a while. Honestly. Like, unless you had to have it on. Oh, hello. Hello. Where are you going, bud? Talking to Kevin, otherwise, yeah. Yeah, that was like I mean, it was months ago now, but I have email and text notifications from PG&E if I lose internet, or not internet, power. That one turned off? Huh. If I lose power, and I had my power out for like 2 hours, and then I got a text like 2 hours later, and the same thing when it came back on. It's like super. That's really helpful timing there. Yeah. This feels like a puzzle that I don't understand. No. Oh, okay, I can change the color. Okay. I feel like I'm missing something. I need to know a pattern. I don't see anything that's giving me any clues. So I'm guessing I need to come back here later. Because yeah, everything in there on both sides of the building looked exactly the same. Stone of Malevolence. Elemental damage generates 15% additional mod power. Look how many rings we have. It's bonkers. We don't have that many guns or armor sets. We have so many rings. I feel like they replaced half the armor and guns with just rings. I wish there were more gun options, specifically.
Holy hell. Oh.
Ooh. That was a close one. Blech. I mean, these are pretty. Oh, I was so annoyed. So I got a new... I'm getting a new phone case, and I usually use like a pop socket, but I'm doing a different thing. That way I can use a magnetic holder in my car. Long story short. Or short story long. And so I was looking for a new case, and went on Amazon and went on Etsy, and I was trying to find a new case, and tried to find a JoJo one, and I couldn't find one that I liked. Well, in general, I could not find a phone case that I liked that was not for an iPhone. Like, everything was like iPhone only, and it's not like I have a rare phone. Like, I have a... It's a little less common because it's a 6A, but it's still a Pixel. And Pixels are popular, but like no one makes cases for Pixels that aren't boring. Because I first looked for a JoJo one, couldn't find a JoJo one, and then I was like, oh, Berserk. I should do Berserk. There's no fucking way I won't be able to find a Berserk one. Berserk is like uber popular anime or manga. Nope. Couldn't find like any Berserk pixel cases. I could find iPhone ones. Super cool iPhone ones. I was just irritated. I was just like, why is this still such an iPhone focused world? Something growled. Oh. Eventually I found a Dragon Ball case that I ordered, which is pretty cool. I do have a soft spot for Dragon Ball specifically, not Dragon Ball Z. Because I loved watching that as a kid. That was like my first anime, really. Then back in the day, my science teacher, Mr. Smith, gave me a whole binder, whole little CD case thing of burned anime DVDs that he did. He got me a whole bunch of Inuyasha. He got me a handful of different movies and just things that he really liked, because I talked to him about starting to watch anime, and he was just like, oh sweet, here, I'll check this out, because this was before and internet was somewhere you could download these things, and I was a kid with no money. Mom never gave us allowances, so if I wanted to buy anime, I would have to ask Mom to buy it for me, which of course that just makes me look like a weirdo. Like, I'm not gonna embarrass myself by asking my mom to buy me anime. Yeah, he hooked me up with, I think he got me Akira as well. I think that was the first time I watched Akira was from him. Eventually, Dad and I would go to a video store. What? Okay, session's now offline, I guess. I still have internet, right? Hopefully I'm still streaming. Can you guys type butt in chat for me? That way I know that I'm still streaming. Looks like I do still have internet. Okay, and I am still streaming. It says the quality is excellent. Oh, I forgot to update my bitrate. Completely forgot. Try and do that tonight. Huh? Oh, hello. I'm still looking around for some solution to that puzzle. The torches puzzle. I'm not seeing anything that's showing me any blue or white lights. What the hell is that? Oh, it's a door. Well, cool. We'll check that out in a second. This is the shortcut back to the beginning, I'm assuming. galvanized iron. Freaking awesome. Okay, yeah. Sure, get back to the beginning. So let's run back to Ward 13 real quick, do a couple of upgrades, and then we'll head back here. That sound good to you? Sounds good to me. Sounds good. I'm gonna drink too. I went to Rayleigh's earlier today and picked up some snacks for the kiddo because I realized I'm gonna have to start packing her lunch, and I got like applesauce and some gummies and a couple things, and it cost me $20. This is ridiculous because I didn't go to grocery outlet.
Anything you need?
Because I was looking for specific things. Nightfall +7. Now I need hardened iron. Got it. This uses luminite crystals as well. I kind of want to use this gun the boss fight because the cube gun's not going to be any help. Cube gun just doesn't work at range, so I want to use this on the final boss unless I find a better handgun. So work on upgrading this. Forged iron. See, it takes 15 galvanized iron. So expensive. Like 20 after that.
Out there.
Okay, we'll swap this with this. And then what do you have?
Alright, let's see.
That's right. This is stuff that'll take luminite crystals though, and I want to hold on to those. That's why I didn't buy those.
Okay, that's all you get.
That's why. I was gonna say there was a reason that I didn't craft those, and I couldn't remember what it was, but that is why.
Well, hey.
Hey, you got any galvanized iron? Ooh, you do. You have some more rings too. Would a killing enemy gave 5% fire rate and melee attack speed. Decreases ideal range of all firearms by 25%, but increases damage by 15%. Yeah, slide. Perfect dodge increases critical chance by 15%. That might be good against the boss. Ranged weak spot damage increased by 25%. Range damage is reduced by 15% when failing to hit the weak spot. Because in his first phase, he's got that big head, and that's really easy to hit for his weak spot. in the second phase, he has a smaller head, which is harder to hit, but not impossible. I'll just buy it. That way I have it if I want to do it.
I'll be here when you get back.
Okay. And mod damage. I need to put a mutator on here. 10% chance to return spent ammo directly into the magazine. Ranged hits increase next week's spot hit by 10%. Magazine capacity. Mod damage. Let's do magazine capacity. And then I can work on upgrading it too, and that will
What aid
help.
the fight?
Steadfast charge melee. Blah. Already don't care. Or do I want to work on this? Because I'll be able to do it a couple of times. Okay.
You must return soon.
I must. Must I? So what's this? 13 instead of 10. Okay, back to where we were. The council chamber. Still can't believe today was the first day of school. That kid is growing way too fast. I remember when she was just a little baby. Okay, let's check out this magic mirror door thing. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Oh, this is the tribunal. Oh, hello. Ow, sir. Tim is the fairest of them all. That's true. He's much better looking than I. He does spend a lot more time grooming than I do, though. Oh, another note. Gloaming thoughts on the one true king. What? Okay. Can I read? Baby. What is happening? Are we good? These are the words and thoughts of the one true king, ruler and protector of the world and all the Fae, as transcribed by Leywise the scribe. I put these thoughts to pen so that if something should befall me, the Fae might still have some chance of survival, if they would but heed my wisdom. I will say it plain, the Fae are not fit to rule. I do not speak of hubris or contempt, it is a simple fact. If Fae were to rule the Fae, chaos and destruction would inevitably follow. They are a volatile decoction, most suited for entropy, and act best when guided towards some predefined purpose. As our eternal protector and the guardian of this world, it is my duty to provide the world safe harbor from both external threats and from the Fae themselves. It is my duty to protect the Fae from their own worst proclivities. I record these thoughts, then, as a history of the Fae for the Fae's own sake, for no being exists who knows them and loves them as well as I. I did not create the Fae on this point, it must be clear, for my words may be easily misconstrued. I have watched over the world since the first mote of it existed, but I am much of a product of its creation as the Fae and everything else. The Fae came later, birthed of a storm and vigorous from the start. Powerful winds leveled rock and tree that night. Lightning struck fields and turned them to ash. When the storm passed, it left both life and destruction in its wake. I thought the Fae animals at first, predators perhaps, for they hunted and killed with no small skill. Yet as I watched, I realized they hunted for more for sport than for need. They would often pounce on a kill, eviscerate it, and then leave the corpse to chase the next one. It was the chase they hunted more than the prey. I do not know nor understand what sort of entity would create such beings. I cannot fathom of thinking of a creature so powerful that the worlds next to them are like songs, created, performed, then cast aside to make room for the next. What I did understand was that if I did nothing, the Fae would destroy every living thing and themselves until I alone remained guarding an empty sphere. If indeed, even I survived their predations. So I interceded. For me, they learned to stand, to speak, to dream, but, try as I might, I could not shift their nature, thus I too learned from them. I learned what it means to rule the unruly. I learned that evil can only be subjugated through cruelty. Easy. And that the wild cannot be tamed if they do not wish it. I now am subjugated to them as much as they are to me, for were I to leave them for but a moment, the devastating storm that birthed them would surely in some form return. I fear that my words may be construed as petty condemnation, but I assure you there's nothing petty about the Fae. Read on and gain wisdom. I established roles for the Fae, responsibilities for rewarding them for good performance and punishing them for a lack. This is how they will learn, I thought, their structure and duty. Once they see their work has value, they will all be more devoted to it. For some, this was indeed the case. My counselor Nimue, that's who we met, for example, took to her role splendidly, as did certain members of the council, but these proved to be exceptions. I made one an architect. For centuries, she crafted the most glorious structures for her people, gilded pillars and marbled halls. Yet she crafted devious traps and tombs to ensnare and murder the unwary. I could not stop her. She gloried in it. And though all she created was truly beautiful, so much of it was deadly as well. Or my chef. I first encountered him slaughtering livestock and decorating the trees with their entrails. The kill was not enough for him. He needed the sights, the smells, the tastes. I thought perhaps he might even take the artistry to cuisine, and indeed he did. But if I am not careful, even once I accept a plate from his kitchen without asking of its origins, I will find myself feasting on intelligent flesh. Sometimes even that of his fellow Fae. I know, for it has happened many times. You may think these examples anecdotal. I'm representative of the whole. Surely you, dear reader, can repress your phallus impulses. I assure you the opposite is true. For I have story after story of my beloved Fae children who inhabit their predilections only to stay out of trouble, only so long as they believe I am watching. Even good Leywise here does turn his craft to diabolical contracts, tricks, and even murder when he thinks I'm not looking. Yes, he laughs even as he writes this, for he knows the truth. The Fae are a good people, or can be, but not without one to watch over them and care for them. This has been proven many times over centuries and centuries, and never more than with those closest to me, as I will tell you now. All of the Fae are violent, chaotic creatures, and have contained each one within spheres in which they are useful, and to the most powerful were given the most critical burdens, to make the best uses of their abilities, but even more so that I could watch more closely over them, for even among the Fae, a dangerous and tumultuous people to begin with, there are those who pose a threat as great as the storm that birthed them. There's the goddess of dreams and the so-called Night Weaver. Hers is a necessary task, for the volatility of the Fae permeates their very dreamscapes, threatening to leak into the waking world. The Night Weaver is adept at her work, guiding the Fae through pleasure and passion and sorrow. But I can see her true desires as clearly as my own, her penchant towards fear, her taste for the darkness. Her I must watch over constantly, lest the Fae suffer night and day, lest she find joy in their terror. And there are others, the council members who would murder the council member who would murder the other two if she thought she could get away with it. The mixed child and his mother, one safely subjugated and one I fear will never be. And the advisor who plots against me even now, even knowing such plots are in vain. Given half a chance, any of these would grind their brethren under their heel. These of all the Fae must remain closest to me at all times. There are those who accuse me of tyranny, of cruelty and oppression. They are not wrong, for without an iron fist, the Fae will destroy themselves and all around them. Left to their own devices, they would consume everything, leaving a dying husk of a suffering world collapsing in on itself. They delude themselves as if I don't know what they're plotting or what they speak about behind closed doors. My closest confidant thinks I know nothing of his intentions to destroy me and take my place, but that is why he is closest to me, so that I know his intentions the best of all. By my own laws and bolstered by the power of this world, I cannot be killed, not by them, not by any means they have available to them. Yet I fear this one in particular will find a way. All the Fae are obdurate and savage, but my dear counselor is indefinitely clever as well. If a way can be found, he will find it. And if I am destroyed, this world will not survive his rule. That's why my words must be recorded within these secrets known. There are those among the Fae capable of the wisdom to see within themselves and the strength to change what they find. It will require a tight rein and a selfless resolve, but it can be done. I pray to whatever being created us that I am not wrong in this, for if the Fae are incapable of change, then we are all of us truly doomed. Oh god, more. Oh, this is the same story. I read that one. About the Jub Hawk and the boons and bows.
Oh, damn. Is it over?
Yeah, fighting that one guy. Yeah, it's over. What the hell? Damn it, get off me.
This ain't good.
Ow.
That's it. For now.
Oh, red. Red, blue, purple, red, or red, green, red, green, purple, red, green, purple. That seems like a thing. Oh. I'm in an alternate reality. I'm in a mirror realm. Oh, because I went through a mirror, duh. There's the council. High Counselor Oniril's key. Oh, these are his keys. Savan's key. can I... Do I do this? Match it? Oh. Never mind. I thought this was the solution to the room with the torches. Whoa. Is this the one true king? Am I going to be able to talk to him because we're in a mirror realm? Or is he asleep in the mirror realm too? Excuse me, king. I'm just going to climb up your throne here. Yeah, he's a big boy. He is a big boy. Assassin's Seal. Enemy awareness range. Assassin's Dagger. There's a symbol that looks like an eye. Oh, is that the color of a certain person's seal? Oh, hello. Where were you guys? It can't be that simple, right? Yeah, it can't be that simple. It's the person in the middle, which is only real. Like, you would literally put your symbol on the dagger you would use. That seems way too easy. What kind of doofus would try to murder his king and basically put his name on the knife? This isn't crime back in like the 1920s where, excuse me, they couldn't prove anything, so you can put your name on the, you can write your name on the wall after you robbed a bank, or you could tell, you know, you could tell that you're like Bonnie and Clyde. Like, they would literally say, I'm Bonnie and this is Clyde and we just robbed you, bye. And then it's like, oh, well, we can't stop him. Can't catch him. Okay, how do I get back to the council chamber? Oh, it's right there. Okay, well, guys, this is a bit awkward. It's you.
Well, you're back. Have you found anything interesting of late?
Yeah. I have news about who aided the imposter.
Carefully now, stranger. For Fey law is strict and swift, and you stand to accuse one of its highest ranking members.
If you accuse one of us, you must have evidence, new evidence, to support your claim. The penalty for frivolous accusations against the Council is steep.
It is death, foreigner, at least for you. Swift and immediate.
Are you prepared to make an accusation according to our laws?
I'm prepared.
Then speak. Who among us aided the imposter?
Oniro.
What? Preposterous! I won't ask you for proof of such a frivolous accusation, for there is none you could have.
I found this embedded in the one true king's body.
Motives
Oh,
are not
I didn't mean to do that.
But you have now wrongfully and willfully brought charges of treason
I accidentally clicked.
against the Council of the One True King.
Please let me do it.
Law is clear, creature. Your life is forfeit.
I'll say this much, though.
No,
You have
please.
brought this council together again, if only to destroy you.
I fucked up so bad. God damn it. God damn it. I accidentally bumped it and I clicked the wrong one. God damn it. I feel so stupid. I'm so mad at myself.
Oh, holy hell.
I'm sad. That's really upsetting that I fucked that up. That's so frustrating. God damn it, dude. I can't believe I did that. I cannot believe I did that. I fucking misclicked. I fucking misclicked and ruined the whole fucking thing.
Don't let him escape!
I am just so flabbergasted. I can't can't believe I did all of that. I did that whole quest line. I found who did it. I accused him of doing it. And then instead of showing them the dagger, I said he had motive.
No, great. More bad news.
That's all I did. I still have the dagger. Like, what the hell am I gonna do with this? God damn it. Lauren is screaming at me like a pug would. What did you do to her, or is she okay and need medical attention?
Come on, come on, come on.
I got you in my sights.
Oh, I'm glad that's over.
It's not over, you doofus. You big dumb dummy. A video pug screaming and is now mocking. Good lord. Yeah, pugs are terrifying. They scream like they're being murdered. They don't bark. They scream. Because the poor creatures have been tortured into existence. Selectively bred to be more inferior. To be bug-eyed and have breathing problems. And look like its face was smashed in with a hammer.
Outsiders! Get him!
Over there! Get him!
Oh, I forgot my summons. Well, I guess the Fae are screwed now. I killed their council, and their king will never wake up. So I just doomed an entire people. What have you done today? I doomed an entire people. Have you ruined any civilizations today? Not today, maybe tomorrow. At least you're open to it. Optimistic about future.
Don't let him escape!
Got you in my sights.
Okay, I'm gonna have to wrap up soonish. Let's go get the kid to the dough. Okay, what is over here? Let's open the shortcut. It should be right there. Ooh, galvanized iron? Yeah, buddy. And then this is the weird place with all the mute children, I believe. Which doesn't seem to have any side quest or anything related to it. It's literally just a place with mute children and a mute lady that don't do anything. She just nods. Or no, she just shakes her head. And then there's a door here, but it's doesn't even allow me to try and open it. I am harassing them. I want something to do. Give me a quest or something. Something I can help you with?
Show 'em what Dran are made of! Outsiders!
I didn't realize these shots were slightly AoE and explosive.
He's been invaded!
Oh!
Can't do this!
Almost level 10 summoner.
All right. Come and get some.
Actually, you know what would be smarter? Instead of getting into a whole nother area and cutting it close for how much time I have, I'm gonna go back to this world stone here and then wrap up stream for today. Alright. So yeah, only a couple hours today, but still got some cool stuff done. Concerned about how I just fucked up that whole storyline, but you know, whatever, no biggie, right? What do I think I'll be streaming again? I should be streaming tomorrow. Possibly early. Oh no, I have to do my blood work tomorrow. So most likely tomorrow afternoon. Yeah, thanks for coming. Thanks again for the donation. That was very, very, very generous of you. Very kind. I'll make sure I spoil Aerie with it and send you some pictures. Yeah, I'll get something for myself too. Thank you. That's very nice of you. Yeah, I gotta get some stuff together and go get the kiddo. So, yeah, that'll be it for today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm done. Bye.